What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dueling Pages podcast. What?
No, we're good. My
Okay.
my stream deck didn't do the thing it was supposed to when I hit record. It started the recording, but normally it changes the button.
I
And
love
I
like the last
panicked.
5 episodes have started with me immediately questioning what happened because you always have an extreme reaction.
Yeah. Hey, at least this
uh,
one probably will have fine audio. I did a test recording this time. I shouldn't have needed to. I don't know
no,
what
but I
happened.
appreciate
I don't know
it.
what happened the one time. The time without audio was just a week my audio exploded. That's on you. You knew that happened. You could have been like, I'll record, but you were like, no, you've got it. Not my fault. Everything broke. His fault.
No, it's his fault.
Nice. You're pointing at Mickey Mouse.
Well, you pointed the wrong way, so I
No, I
tried to point the
didn't.
other
Not for the
way.
recording. I didn't.
But that's what I'm saying. That's if you point the wrong way. Hi, I'm looking. Whatever. Today we're talking about the fucking Captain America Civil War, the gray film of gray films. Uh,
You
I
said
heard, I
gray.
saw it.
I thought you said great.
No, it's a film of all time.
It is. And I think it's not that bad. Like, I think it has a lot of good elements. I very much do hate that it is the actual beginning of the gray.
Mm-hmm.
Pisses me off.
Very
Like,
much so.
Wanda's outfit being brown pisses me off. That's not red anymore.
It's
The
more
Scarlet
maroon, but
Witch
yeah.
has no scarlet. She has shit.
No, I agree.
Um,
Well,
yeah, I don't love this Iron Man suit design. The Cap suit's good, other than you can barely tell it's blue and red because gray. Uh,
I like the Ant-Man design. I like the helmet. It looks
yeah,
better than the first helmet.
yeah.
That's about it.
I'm trying to
Black
think.
Panther's in this. Black Panther suit. That's the best suit in the MCU.
Perfect. Um,
The Spider-Man suit CGI.
yeah, but I still like it. Is it entirely
It
CGI?
they had a costume originally, but then they went over it with like they had like markings on the suit for CGI, which makes sense. Sometimes the suit doesn't like turn out properly. They like you flatten it out
Mm-hmm.
from time to time, but they replaced the suit in its entirety in post because the original suit had raised webbing.
Fair. That would have been nice.
Yeah, um, but yeah, like I think that the Spider-Man suit looks very like gray because of everything around it, and it sucks at the soul from that suit. Like I think the only suit that's untouched is Black Panther because it's all black.
I was gonna say, and I don't hate the way um the Spider-Man suit looks. It's not as bad though. The blue, is it blue or is it black?
It's supposed to be blue.
Okay,
It's
because
the
I
same
know
suit he used in
later he
Homecoming.
gets the black and red. That's
Yeah, it's
actually black.
Far From
So
Home.
I couldn't remember if that was this one or
Mhm.
later. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't love that. The red looks fine-ish. Like, the more vibrant reds stand out most of the time, except for Cap's shield for some reason doesn't. And
yeah.
then Iron Man is very maroon, which I don't love.
Again, it's the CGI clashing with this gray tone where it doesn't look like the gray makes everything look less real,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of pulls you out of the situation. Because this movie, like even though like gray can work really well for a movie, especially in a movie that's like supposed to be like full of conflict. Like gray is a conflicted color when it comes to like cinema and its meaning in cinema. It's a conflicted color and it can work really well. But when your movie doesn't look good with that gray, you shouldn't use it. There's so many other
Fair.
things you can use. Like the sky in like the airport scene, like that's the big scene, is gray. There's no like blue. There's no. It's just all clouds. It's all like gross. Like and again, it's supposed to be like conflicted, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't have any like. I feel like they were going for deeper meaning with the gray, and it didn't work.
Fair. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Russos, because the Russos did Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because I know Winter Soldier's technically more gray. It doesn't have like this grayscale filter, but it's just more gray in general. I think they, for some reason, wanted to try to keep that. I think for some reason they took the wrong lesson
Mhm.
from that and were like, oh, maybe the gray gives it a more serious tone, and that's going to help people believe in Civil War more, which just wasn't the route to go.
Mhm.
um, but I don't know. Because there's so much in this movie that I do really like, but overall, it just kind of meh.
So this was one of my lower rated movies in the MC before we started this. Like this is
Mhm.
the movie I was not looking forward to the most out of all
Interesting.
the films that we had. Because I remember being great. I remember not liking the storyline, what they went with, and like the way they took the story in like where they just broke into Avengers. Now is the end of things. I like that nowadays. Now after watching other films later on, uh, but like it rose in the ratings because the elements that were there that they actually capitalized on. But the movie does hold itself back from what it should be. We like the Civil War story isn't great in the comics, but it has these moments, these dramatic moments and turns and events that happen throughout the story that make that story memorable, even though it's not the greatest written story in the world. It's very much an injustice type thing where they kind of mischaracterize characters to make the story work, but those events make it so memorable. And this movie, the most memorable moment is what the fight after the big fight in the Sokovian, not Sokovian, the Russian
I mean,
bunker.
maybe. I don't know. I always remember the actual first conversation they're having about the Accords.
Sure.
But that is because maybe that's just because I've talked about this movie a lot. Because I'm gonna ask real quick:
Hmm.
are you Team Iron Man or Team Cap?
Okay. This is very complicated because I'm not Team Iron Man, but I am Team Iron Man. I'm Team Iron Man because they have my favorite characters on the fucking, not because of what he stands for. They have Spider Man, they have Black Panther, they have Black Widow. The only person they're missing is Scarlet Witch.
Who's on the other team?
Fair, but she does not outweigh the three other characters on that team. So I'm there from a roster creation perspective. If I'm a GM on a team, I'm
Except
going with
Black
Team
Widow
Iron
switches
Man.
teams,
At the end of the
and
movie,
Black Panther
so
switches
does Black
teams,
Panther, because no one
and
believes in Tony's cause. Because
and
Tony's cause
Spider-Man
doesn't
didn't know the cause. He just got told by Tony
exactly
Stark to help it.
because Tony's cause does not make sense in this story,
Well, okay,
and they know that.
it does to a degree. Like I understand where Tony and Rhodey are coming from. The like need to be held accountable as a
Sure.
group for their actions. I understand that. The issue is trusting I, the issue is finding who you trust to do that. And
Hmm.
I think there's also this weird thing of this idea that letting the United Nations control you is
Hmm.
accountability, where instead you could just be held accountable by those governments for what you do. But this Cap is 100% correct in the like,
Hmm.
if we do this, we're surrendering our right to choose. What if
Right.
they send us somewhere we don't think we should go? Or what if they
Hmm.
don't send us somewhere where we need to be?
Hmm.
And it's like now, it's like when Thanos shows up. What if the UN says, no, you can't go to Wakanda?
Hmm.
So Thanos just gets to stroll through and do whatever he wants. That's
He
bad.
does.
Well, they at least tried to put up a fight. If Thor just aimed a little bit to the left, Thanos doesn't do
The
what he
reason why
wants.
the reason why I say it doesn't make sense because of Tony's perspective. Tony is feeling a lot of guilt over what he did not know existed until 2 seconds ago. And if you look back at Iron Man 2, where he's sitting in front of the Senate and they're like, "We want the Iron Man suit. Like, give us the Iron Man suit, and like we're fine." And he says, "No, because I am Iron Man. You do not have synchronicity." But he's willing to give that up here in this movie is a complete departure from this character from what we've been shown over the last 10 years.
Well, it is, but
Right.
it's not, because he spends like the entire point of like how Age of Ultron happens is all of the visions he has about like the coming
Mhm.
threat and building the suit of armor around the world. It's not just guilt over like some things he's done. What he did almost destroyed the world. Like he is
Mhm.
at this moment the biggest villain the world has ever had.
Sure.
Like he was a greater threat than Loki was. He was a greater threat. Like him creating Ultron is the greatest threat the Earth has ever seen at this point. And that makes him the villain. All of that comes down to him. And
Sure.
that is a very heavy thing to weigh on you. And then for whatever reason, I guess I missed something. Pepper's gone.
Well, she said, I think they said it because of Ultron, because like because he was supposed to stop making suits, and he got out of control after you blew them up. He's like, I couldn't stop building, so I had to like. She just stepped away. That was
Gotcha.
I think that was a line he drops like
I was gonna say
randomly. I
maybe I
think
wasn't paying
in
enough
Age of
attention.
Ultron. I think
Oh,
it might have been in Age of
maybe.
Ultron.
That's fair. Yeah, I just don't remember it. So I was like, Pepper's got. So he's going through all of this alone, dealing with processing the idea that he is the world's biggest villain.
Sure.
And yeah, then this option of you can take all of the account. I think what it is to him, because it's not him giving up the Iron Man suit, which is the Iron Man 2 thing. Government's still
Mhm.
not getting the suit. The government's getting him, which in his
But he says
mind is
he is
different.
Iron Man.
Right. But that's the point. If he gave them the suit, right, they get
Mhm.
to build the suit, put whoever they want to in it, whatever. In his head, he's still in control of the Iron Man, even though somebody else is directing. Basically, what Tony is doing is viewing this as a way to move the guilt from himself to the government, and that's why he wants to do it so bad. Is it's
Mhm.
accountability, but then it is when these bad things happen, it's not my fault anymore. It's the government's. That is his headspace, at least to me. And maybe I'm reading too much into it. But like that's why it makes sense to me is he gets to push the guilt away onto somebody else.
Yeah, I guess, and like I think that's why the other characters do and don't make sense for the core, like the reason why these teams are broken up this way, because none of them do believe in that way of pushing off the responsibility to other people.
Except
Because
for
and
Rhodey, because he's a military man and that's what he does.
yeah, that's what he's been doing, is because that's what they're trained to do, is push it up the ranks,
Yeah.
and that UN is the highest rank in the land.
And I guess Vision makes sense.
Vision makes sense because statistically, to him, Tony is the biggest threat, and putting
Right.
Tony under house arrest is the right move to do.
Right. Like Vision makes sense from the way like Vision's point makes sense for Vision.
Mhm.
And that which is all it needs to. That's why he's on the side he's on. But
Yep.
yeah, like I never understood why Black Widow was on Tony's side to begin with, unless it was just a double agent thing from the beginning.
I think so.
Um, Black Panther makes sense because he was never on Tony's side. He just wanted to kill Bucky because he thought Bucky was the bad guy. And then Spider Man was just Spider Man.
He's a 15-year-old kid getting the option to work for Iron Man. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's
like
gonna do that when they're 15.
yeah,
I think also my problem with this movie is I don't think it's about the Accords. I know that's a lot like a big like everyone claims that it's never about the Accords. I think that if Bucky didn't blow up the fucking UN, Steve and Tony would have sat down and worked out the Accords. Like they would have amended the Accords, sent it back to the UN until it got better over time. There's a philosophical difference between the two that could have been melded out, but since Bucky is the thing in between them, it's more about Bucky at the end of the day.
yeah. Like I guess I don't know if they would have worked it out, but I do think it never would have been an actual fight.
Correct. Yeah.
It just might have been Steve and all of them just leave the Avengers and go be Nomad and that crew, like they are at the end of the movie, anyways, just with no bad blood at all. The entire Bucky storyline needed to be there. So, what the Accords mattered because it set up the tension that would make the entire Bucky thing important. The film itself is mostly about Bucky, but you needed the Accords angle to make it matter.
Yeah,
Because
I
if you
understand
don't
why
have
both
the
of them
Accords,
exist.
because if you don't have the Accords angle, when the stuff happens with Bucky, Iron Man just listens to Cap.
Yeah,
like
I'm just saying, like, this movie set up in a way, like even like Age of Ultron set up in a way where it was going to be a philosophical difference between two people, but it's not a philosophical difference. It's a, hey, you stabbed me in the back. Like, you did not tell me about this.
Okay, so I think I've been trying to figure this out all day. When did Steve learn that Bucky killed?
Don't know.
So I think I figured it out, and I'm much less mad at Steve for not telling Tony. In the garage, while Bucky's describing what Zemo wanted, I think that is when Steve finds out. Because he's like, yeah, he told me to, the Russian, like, you know, he was asking me about the Russian base, and then he asks for the mission report. So to me, it's implied that, like, because Zemo asks, like, tell me about your home, which is the Siberian base, and then asks mission report. So, like, he found out 2 hours ago. When was he supposed to tell you?
Because Carter, it's Carter, Falcon, and Steve in that room when she turns on the audio for the interview, right?
Yeah.
So Tony doesn't know that Zemo is going after the mission report at all.
No. And like and they don't hear what the mission report is in that moment because everything
shuts down. December 6th, 1991 or whatever date it was.
Well, yeah. But then I mean, like, when they get out of there and are in the garage and it's just Falcon and Steve.
Yeah.
Or Sam and Steve, whatever. It's just Falcon and Cap. I don't care. They're in that garage, and it's like, you're going to have to tell us everything you told Zemo. I think that's just when Steve actually found out.
Then they need to make that crystal clear to us, and this movie does not let, like, But
I think that's the point, because you're supposed to be conflicted on Cap. Like, how long did he keep this a secret? Because the biggest theory that I've heard is he found out in Winter Soldier, when he's with the Zola computer.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest theory. I just don't think that lines up.
I think because he would have told them before then, like in Age of Ultron, when there's like they're trying to get over the differences. Like,
yeah,
you created Ultron, I copied this from you. Like, there you go.
Right.
Like, but like they need it. Like, I hate the idea of like the Netflix thing being like having to spell it out for you. But that one scene of like Bucky being like, so Zola's after this information is incredibly important.
even if instead they should have just not cut it at the other soldiers. They should have cut it, and then he asked about this mission, and then cut the scene. Like, at least that would make sense, because you'd know that was brought up next, where you are left to infer that happened, or just. Yeah. But I think that is kind of their point. I don't think it's a good idea, but I think that is their point, where they are just saying, we want people, because they wanted people to be split on who was right. And if you just go by what the Accords were, there's no split. And if you don't have the Cap part, there's no split. You're mostly just on Cap's side still. You're just on Cap's side either way, because Bucky was brainwashed. That's not his fault. The reason it feels like such a betrayal is because Cap knew and didn't tell Tony. If you find out, well, he's only known for an hour, then it means nothing.
Again, like Civil War, like, I know everyone wanted to see Civil War because it's like a cool concept at the end of the day. But I don't think this. I feel like they were built up for it, but they also didn't know when to swing. This is like taking you had a 3-0 count and you decided 3 separate times in this movie, and I don't think any of them got you on base. You could have just waited. Honestly, I think a Civil War might have been probably best after Infinity War, not like between Cap and Tony, but between Cap and Cap.
What?
Civil War 2 is Captain Marvel versus Captain America.
Oh, I think so. I don't remember.
That one I think is a little bit better, like not from a writing perspective, but from a concept perspective.
I mean,
It's a
maybe.
Minority Report type deal.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I love this as our introduction to Black Panther. I
Sure.
wish they would do, and I know they've done it some, but I wish they would do more of that. Introducing a character in these big team up movies before they get their solo thing. Like, because I like an introduction where it can be a small snippet. Because I think, what's the best parts of this movie? Black Panther and Spider-Man. They haven't gotten their own projects yet.
Yeah, they backdoored a movie into these, like, where it was like, hey, are you interested in this character? We'll go make a movie. That's why, I mean, it took less than a year to make, but like,
Oh, Black Panther was already planned, but
well, yeah, you're planning, but also putting when the Black Panther was coming out, that marketing budget probably fucking boomed after this movie came out. It was probably like, oh, well, we'll put this out and like whatever. But that marketing budget probably went up the fucking ass when it came to that.
yeah. But yeah. Using this as the setup for 2 other movies is great. I do hate how tied Spider-Man became to Tony. I hate that.
Yeah.
Because that's just not Spider-Man.
Sure.
Because I'm trying to remember, why was Spider-Man on Tony's side in the comics?
I think it was like protection.
I was gonna say, like, I think he was being like extorted,
technology.
basically.
I think it was like giving him technology so he would be more safe out in the field, but he had to give up his secret identity. But guess what happened?
Yeah.
That's been Peter Parker almost kills a person.
Yeah.
Still one of the hardest fucking panels in comics.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to go over other characters in my brain or other moments in this movie. I hate that Sharon Carter is the one to deliver the plant yourself like a tree and say no you move line. That is like the biggest Cap quote ever, and they gave it to some random lady who has not mattered ever in the movies. That
It doesn't matter because they haven't given her anything.
Right, I'm not, because I was going to get into it. Also bugs me that they set her up both in this movie and in Winter Soldier to matter, and then she doesn't show up again for a decade. And
Hey,
they set up a love angle in this, and that she just isn't. What?
There was a movie she could have showed up in that we bitched about before.
Yeah, no, I know, and she should have, because she was set up to exist. Like, I don't understand what happened there, and like,
yeah.
Also, I forgot that they set up the entire love interest thing with Steve there. So, like, why the fuck did he go back in time for Peggy? Did they just never talk again after that moment? Like, I don't.
What? Because okay, from time travel shenanigans, Sharon would know that Steve's her uncle.
Yeah, like, if that's what had originally happened, which I am now living in the universe where that's not the sacred timeline thing, and that is why Doom is showing up. Is
sure.
Quick thing. My take is that when Steve goes back in time to be with Peggy, that is not sacred timeline continuing. That is creating a branch that causes an incursion that destroys Doom's world, and that's why he's pissed and going after everybody.
Okay.
That is the only way it's going to make sense. But still,
Doom just to make sense. Let's be real.
That's fair. Yes, I would live in Latveria. Oh, dude, he's
I
like the greatest ruler ever. Just don't criticize
no,
Doom, and you get like a
I get
perfect
you.
life. It's pretty simple, and I'm so down. Because like
No,
as a leader, he
I'm
doesn't do much wrong. As a being, pretty awful. But like, who cares? I can
even then
ignore
he's
that.
just I don't he's not really Doom's a bad
Yeah,
guy,
he's
but
not really that
he's more of
awful.
a
He just wants
hater.
to kill Reed Richards. And you know what?
Yeah,
Honestly, dog, free
I get
healthcare,
it.
and I don't really have to work a job if I don't want to, because Doom just covers everything. I'll become Reed Richards' second biggest hater, because no one can ever be more of a hater than Doom, you see. But I'm already bought in.
I'm
Nobody
clipping
is
this just to make you a Doom laser.
nobody nobody's smarter than me, except for Doom, of course. It's always except for Doom.
I'm in a Satoru Gojo reference.
But yeah, I just,
But
but yeah, setting up that entire angle. I know they set it up a little bit in Winter Soldier, but like I could
sure.
get over the fact that there was like chemistry there and then nothing ever happens again, right? I can move on from that. But the very specifically having her help out again, sharing the kiss, and then talking like you were gonna end up together and then never speaking again is insane.
Yeah, I think it's even more insane if because without any information because we don't have the information speaking. Maybe we'll get more in Doomsday with how
Yeah.
it goes. Currently speaking, that's her uncle.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, maybe not by blood, but like by marriage.
I mean, that helps a little, I guess. And to be
No, no.
well, no, it does
I'll
cuz
call Alabama real quick.
no, because technically, no, cuz it's not by blood, so that's okay. And then technically, he dated her first. Technically.
No,
Yeah, I mean, by all technicalities, he did.
that doesn't make it better.
It makes it different.
Doesn't make it better. It just means it's high in the tree. That's all it means. Uh, yeah, no, Sharon Carter. I like she's fine in this. I just that one scene is so out of place.
Well, no, it's perfect if they make Sharon matter ever again, which she
I'm saying
should
the grand
have.
scheme of that MCU.
Oh yeah, like, but if you just take it as this movie, right? Like, there's
Yeah,
some setup with Sharon there that could be cool.
yeah.
But like, even when she comes back, it's never acknowledged, which is really weird.
It's one of those things where I think that like Disney and the MCU is trying to get you to forget certain aspects of it, but they don't change anything in Disney Plus. Where they're gonna gaslight you into it. I can respect some gaslighting here when it comes
Yeah,
to
just like
things they
remove
don't
that
like or
scene
whatever.
from here and just
Yeah, just cut it right after they give they get the things,
yeah,
and then
cut it right after they get the stuff, or like just cut that scene. So like they get the stuff and then cut it, and then she just says goodbye and walks to the car.
like we had the Blu-rays, and we can be like, yeah, this is the original cut, and but like we
I was gonna say
have the
George
Endgame scene.
Lucas gaslit everybody like 7 times.
Yeah,
Just do it. You know?
it's not even that bad because the Civil War cuts are out there. There's plenty of people who have the Blu-rays and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but like when you have the grand scheme of Endgame in place, it's like, ooh, there's some things we want to forget. Let's kind of like shine up Incredible Hulk here. Let's forget about Iron Man 3. Let's do these things.
Yeah. Um.
uh, so the last few movies we've covered when it came to Widow, we've been like super high in her, like being one of the
Mhm.
best characters in those movies. She takes a huge step back in this film, where she's very much a tertiary character who has one moment. That one moment being the Black Panther scene at the airport. Uh, she's very much not a player in this game. She kind of just a roster spot
Yeah.
essentially, using the sports reference
And
there.
she has the roster spot, but it like the only
She's
thing that
six man.
makes her character better No, she's like seventh man because sixth man is important. Like,
Okay.
the only thing that makes her character better is if you just live in the headcanon that she was a double agent for Cap the entire time.
Sure, yeah.
But, like, that is never set up at all. She just switches sides at the end because, fuck it, this is the way to cause the least amount of damage, is the way the movie frames it. And she's just like, we can come back from this if I let them go.
Yeah.
If anything else happens, there's no coming back from that moment. Because as we see in later movies, all she cares about is keeping that family together. That's it. So
it's even more prevalent in the movie we talk about next.
Right. And even more prevalent, specifically in Endgame. Like, that is what she is doing. So I just believing she's a double agent doesn't work. If you like, you either ruin the setup for all of the other movies that matter going forward, or you slightly make this one better while still being like, we could have done more. So, like, the correct answer is what they did. I just don't love it.
Fair. Clint has a 100% win rate, by the way. He has not lost a single fight. Team Cap wins in this movie.
That's true. I forgot about that. So, and I mean, why did both teams lose in Infinity War?
Exactly.
Where's Clint?
Clint's gone. He wins his own TV show.
Hawkeye is the most important character in the MCU. Too bad Jeremy Renner's not great.
It's crazy that you're not wrong either, because when Hawkeye vanishes from like the world, Wanda loses her shit more and more. Where Clint was her like guiding beacon.
You're right.
Legitimately,
I forgot about that.
Wanda loses her shit.
I mean,
that's
to
her
be
father
fair,
figure. That's
I
her
think she would have
figure.
lost her shit anyways, but he might have been able to help after the loss of Vision. Because father figure, who is actually a father figure. Because, I mean, he was there when she lost her brother, and she didn't lash out like that.
I mean, she was a little angry that she was put into a fucking facility, but that's a little bit... That's reasonable.
No, at that point, she wasn't angry.
They were keeping her to the facility. Well, I mean, I guess it's after
No, they weren't. It wasn't until after the bombing in this movie, which had nothing to do with her brother, and it had nothing to do with her. She just failed to stop a bomb.
I mean, she kills Ultron. That's basically like the lashing out she does. Just revenge.
Yeah. Which even then, Vision's still the one to kill Ultron. The last Ultron, yeah.
I'm talking like the main body.
No, I know. But yeah, like...
But yeah, Clint originally could have stopped, all of that, or like at least been like a thing where it's like
calmed it down to a degree.
Yeah.
It focused her anger towards something else.
Where she wouldn't try to kill a child.
Yeah. Because I think with Clint there, she doesn't create Westview, which means she never gets her kids, which means she never goes full crazy to get them back and becomes a villain.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that until this movie when he goes to get her out. Because I forgot Hawkeye was in this movie until he goes to get her out, which I think is what they were like hoping for us to have happen. Because you're supposed to forget that Thor and Hulk are not. And
no, because they bring both of them up.
They bring both of them up. They also bring Clint up, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't remember Hawkeye being in this movie, and then he shows up.
I do because of I'll get into that in a second. I do love them bringing up Hulk and Thor though, and because it being Tony, and then Nat looking at him and being like, "You really think they'd be on our side?" It's like, no, because no, they wouldn't.
Bruce Banner might.
No.
With the Hulk,
the Hulk's entire plot has been not letting the government have access to him. He is not going to bow down to the government.
I'm thinking more about after Age of Ultron and his freak out.
Even then, I just don't see it. Because then that's just becoming a weapon for the government, and he just doesn't want to be a weapon anymore. That's why he left. So that makes no sense.
Fair.
So, yeah, no. And then Thor is a god. He's not going to let some puny government control him. That's just not how Thor works. Uh,
I do
then
love the Team Thor skits they do. When they were doing when this released. Do you remember?
I
I remember that
did
Team
not
Thor. Oh
see
my god,
this.
no, it was Team Thor, where he was just hanging out with some dude. It's a random like comedy skit they do. They're funny as fuck.
Never
If
saw
you
them.
have time, I think you should. They're like 5 minutes long.
Okay.
They're great.
Um, but yeah, no, I remember Hawkeye's in this movie because I remember the played 18, shot 18 line, which is so funny. In my brain, it's so funny. Just couldn't
Of
seem to
all those
miss.
lines,
Yeah, it's just funny to me. Couldn't
I
seem
was
to
I was
miss.
thinking more of the Nat. Like we're still friends.
No, but also, I remember getting very excited when it happened in Endgame. The the little interaction between him and T'Challa. I haven't met you before. The name's Clint. I don't care. And then attacks him. And then immediately in Endgame, when they see each other again, T'Challa being like, Clint, give it to me, and just remembering his name. I think that's fun. I like when the MCU remembers little connections like that. They don't always, obviously, by a lot of our complaints so far today. But like the moments they do get right are always like, I love that. ah, I love that.
Yeah, the MCU sometimes forgets it's a fan of its own self.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be a fan of your material to fully be on board. That's why I think James Gunn's doing so well with the DCU so far. It's like he's a fan of
Yeah,
like Superman himself. He might not be a fan of the rest of the rest of the DC universe, but like he's working with people who do, except for Andy Muschietti. That's a whole different video I can make about that whole situation. But but yeah, like I think that's what the MCU's forgetting is that it has to be a fan of itself at some point in time to like make things work so well. I think the Endgame scene, that last scene with Steve, while fitting and beautiful and whatever, they forget a lot about what happened in between the time that he went into ice, came out of ice, and went back to her. That being Sharon Carter existing as a romantic partner being a big issue. It's the Luke and Leia situation. That's basically what this is. This is the fifth movie. We don't find out that they're siblings until the sixth.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting from this now. uh, um, this is Tom Holland's first appearance as Peter Parker in Spider-Man. Uh, a lot of people really have fond memories of this version of Peter, not the trilogy, but this Peter.
Because it's very much the Russos got how Spider-Man is supposed to be, right? We don't get to see a ton of Peter as just Peter.
Sure.
But as Spider-Man, we get the constantly joking while fighting and sometimes the jokes being what causes him problems. Like it is, at least in the fight scenes, the most Spider-Man any of the Spider-Mans have ever been. Andrew Garfield's close, and Tom Holland never gets back to this level of jokey ever.
Actually, jokey maybe not, but I think
In Infinity War, kind of. But again, that's the Russos. The Russos at least know how to handle Spider-Man. I don't know if they can handle Peter, but they know how to handle Spider-Man, which is most of what we get in this movie, so it's fine. And so it's really good.
Yes.
All of the jokes with Bucky and Falcon are so funny.
Oh yeah, that sequence
God.
of events are funny as fuck.
Bucky's reaction when he catches his arm is the greatest thing. And he's just like, you got a metal arm? That's so cool. And Bucky's just like, this fucking child.
I always have this like every time I watch that scene, I have the meme in my head where it's the guy screaming, "What the fuck?" like screaming. That scene's great though. I love that, like that. But man, they should have definitely followed up on that in Endgame. Because now they're on the same side. No, they're like all right. I hate the MC sometimes.
Yeah. And then like the hey buddy, you dropped this, as he chucks the giant fucking brick back at him harder than he threw it, is so fun. Because I love Bucky going, oh fuck, as, you know, an entire pillar gets taken out. I remember with Spider-Man specifically, I remember people being like mad at Captain America for dropping the like
No,
bridge
I
thing
love
on
that
him.
he drops it.
No, because he already knew how strong Peter was, because he had him
Exactly.
webbed seconds before, and he got to do the thing, and he's like, oh, he's as strong as me. I can lift that. Wham. There you go.
Yeah, he
Or
literally
even
tests
he's
what he
stronger
do.
than me. I'm just smarter than him is part of what I think Cap did there. Because, like,
Mhm.
Peter was fully holding it back. Cap couldn't compete. He just made a move that Peter wasn't ready for because this is like his first fight, and Cap is a soldier. This is what he do.
No. It's the one thing that from the Russos in this movie that I do appreciate is that they set up character sequences within the action.
Mhm.
Cap is trying, because he's never seen Spider-Man. He doesn't know what the fuck that is. He's trying to get a sense of what this kid is doing.
Yeah.
And he does that throughout the whole fight between the two. And then he's like, okay, I can drop the bridge on him. He can take it.
Yeah.
And it takes him out of the fight because he can't, like, how are you supposed to get out from under that without switching yourself?
Right.
And it's a way to incapacitate your opponent without hurting him. Because he's
Yeah.
a 15-year-old child, because you can hear that in his speech.
Also, I love Ant-Man when he has the little truck and the, you know, thing that makes it expand. He's like, throw this at the truck, it does it.
It's a water truck.
And then, oh, I thought it was a water truck. My bad. So good. That, and after he gets all big and, does anybody have any orange slices? So funny. So funny.
We haven't seen Giant Man. We have seen Giant Man. I lied. He's an Ant-Man Wasp.
And he's in Endgame.
Oh my god, he's in the game.
Yeah.
Can you remember how? Can you see how much I don't remember from Endgame?
Because there's also this
like,
weird cut where Ant-Man is in the van with Hope, and you can see Giant Man behind him.
Wow.
Or it like cuts to a different scene and Giant Man's like doing something, and it's like, oh, that's not right.
Yeah, I'm very scared for Endgame because my opinions on that movie are already bad. Like people don't like.
Interesting. I loved Endgame.
I think my opinions from Civil War will be transferred more on to Endgame because, like, I thought this movie is a lot more like a fan fiction, kind of just throwing your things together. Endgame is like what I think I think Doomsday's gonna be like, where it's gonna be way too fucking long, and it's gonna feel like you're making up for mistakes you made, and you have to just fix it.
I don't think that happens with Endgame, and I don't think that's what's going to happen with Doomsday. I think Doomsday is just not going to have enough time for the amount of characters you're trying to drag in.
Sure. They want to
Luckily,
split Secret Wars based off of what Doomsday makes, and if Doomsday bombs, like,
it won't.
you're gonna.
Doomsday is going to make $1 billion in 3 days.
Are we sure?
Yes. Have you seen the sentiment around the internet on Doomsday? There is not a single person on the planet who is not going to see it opening weekend. There's not one.
The internet's also an echo chamber.
Except it's not, because most of what I see is people hating on the MCU, except for when it comes to Doomsday, because everybody's excited for Doomsday.
I'm
Doomsday is what's going to bring
excited.
the MCU back. No, it is going to. Even if it's bad, it's making $3 billion. Like, genuinely, it is going to be the highest earning MCU movie ever within 2 weeks. Like, it's going to go insane. And then it's going to be interesting because it'll do that, and then everyone will say they hate it.
I
That
think
is
it'll
what's
make
gonna...
$1 billion. I think reaching 2 is a far fetch.
Oh, I think it's... I don't think it's
You think it's going to break
far-fetched.
the record?
Yeah.
That's a little insane.
Because it's... You got to remember, even a bunch of movies after everybody decided they were done with the MCU have made $1 billion. A bunch of them have. Yes, they have.
No Way Home's the only one that's made $1 billion, I think, since then. I mean, look it up. I mean,
I am.
that's the only one I can remember making $1 billion since Endgame. And that was 2 years after Endgame.
Am I on
People were still
drugs? I
going
definitely
to
thought one other one did, but maybe not.
like Thunderbolts technically bombed. Fantastic Four made its money
Oh
back.
no, it was No Way Home. I don't know why. I thought
And so you're also talking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man will make $1 billion.
I thought
by himself.
Multiverse got there. That was
No, Multiverse was talked about a lot, but I think it was also people word of mouth got around to it, where it was like you don't need to watch this movie.
which is crazy because it was. Well, we'll get there in 2 years.
I love that we say that, but we're actually a lot closer to you.
No.
We are. We're pretty close.
Oh, yeah, that's why I thought that. Multiverse made $955 million. No wonder I thought it made $1 billion. They should have left it in theaters for another day. Fuck. God damn it.
So my statement's still true.
Technically, yeah. But
also, a lot of people's breaking point was Multiverse of Madness.
No, I think the bigger breaking point was Endgame, because a lot of people just went, I don't have to go back now. But all of those people who, and this is just from actually talking to people, all the people who said they were done with it now see RDJ is back. Now see Chris Evans is back as Captain America. Right. They keep seeing all of those things. They see all of the X-Men are coming back. They see that and they go, oh, I have to go see this movie. It's getting people back into the MCU who have been out since Endgame.
I hate that the marketing's working.
Oh, it absolutely is.
That's...
Which sucks.
I hate it
because
there's
like
so much there.
The Cap thing sucks and the RDJ thing sucks.
Yeah.
The marketing for the X-Men and for Thor though is primo. I love the Thor trailer.
The Thor trailer is great. That's fantastic.
The X-Men one I love too because it makes Scott at least appear like he's actually Scott.
My problem is that they've taken the X-Men, the 2000s X-Men, and ended them 4 separate times.
Yeah.
We don't need a 5th.
Yeah, we do.
And they're going to get massacred. I have no doubt that Doom's like power showing, like his dick slinging, is going to be wiping out the X-Men.
I was gonna say it'll be the X-Men.
Or getting Wanda to house end them. Because Wanda's getting her own new solo thing apparently.
Oh really?
Yeah, reports are saying there's a new Scarlet Witch project in progress. So if Scarlet Witch is back, because she's a Nexus being, because she's the only Scarlet Witch, right? Or no, I'm tripping. Yeah. She goes into a different Scarlet Witch.
No, she goes and sees another Wanda who has no powers.
Fuck. So the Scarlet Witch.
I think the Scarlet Witch is in that. Nexus being's not it.
Nexus being means there's one existence.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm thinking Anchor being. Yeah, I mixed the two in my head. My bad.
They made a lot of fucking like, we're gonna make multiverse important and
because that means she's the same thing as Galactus.
Yes.
Because there's only the one Galactus. Which is so funny because there's not just the one like for the like MCU. Technically, there's just the one Galactus. This is the same guy as the Cloud, which is so fucking funny to me.
But yeah, so if Scarlet Witch is the Nexus being that like there's one in existence and she's still alive in sense, and she gets doomed to House of M them. I honestly, the rest of the movie I won't fucking care about.
As long as this is gonna sound bad because I am the world's biggest Gambit lover. As long as Channing Tatum's Gambit is also one of the X-Men she kills in that moment.
Yeah,
I need a different Gambit, and I need one that actually feels like Gambit.
You're gonna get Austin Butler, you're gonna like it.
Okay. I can deal with that.
Okay.
He's a better actor than Channing Tatum, and he looks more like Gambit than Channing Tatum does.
A lot of people think he's a better actor. I don't think he's a good actor.
Have you seen Channing Tatum play a part? Ever?
Channing Tatum's a great comedy actor. Okay,
That's
like
not Gambit.
I know, I'm aware.
And
I
I
am
just
aware
need
of
a
your
really good
concerns.
rogue, and then
Kiki
ugh,
Palmer's right there, dude. I love Kiki Palmer's
and then
there.
I just need. I don't know. I don't want the X-Men 97. Yeah, X-Men 97 scene, but I do. It makes me cry every fucking time.
I thought you meant the scene of Rogue in Apocalypse, the one scene where they drew Rogue's
No,
ass.
no, 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 no,
I
no.
have no idea what scene you're talking about. Because when you watch
When
Rogue and then
Gambit
X-Men
dies,
97, oh, that's I,
when
I
Gambit
didn't watch
dies
for that.
after Rogue chooses to be with Magneto instead of him, he still dies to protect her. And it
I
is
didn't watch
the
that.
greatest scene of all time. He destroys a sentinel that even Magneto couldn't beat because he's fucking Gambit and that's what he does. There is no better character than Gambit. I don't care. You thought I was glazing doom earlier. Let me talk about Gambit. Yeah.
God, I can just see a skit playing in my head of this one guy in Latveria, like
I'm
the biggest Doom fan, and there's like, but Gambit.
but Gambit. And then Doom shows up and he's like, you know what? You're right.
Well, Doom doesn't hate Gambit from what I remember.
I don't know. I don't know if they've interacted. I'm gonna go
Because they have.
find the video though for you to watch after we're done with this.
But Civil War.
Yeah, we've covered most of it. I love. So okay, what are your thoughts on the actual villain of this movie who doesn't do much other than, I mean, create the fight?
I like that this movie plays into like that every other movie has ended in a fight between the villain and the hero. There's no fight between the villain and the hero. I like that. I think they should do that more. But Zemo doesn't get good until Falcon or Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
I disagree. That final
I love
scene.
him in that fucking.
Well, yes. No, he's great in that. I just mean he doesn't get good until then. I disagree. He's great in the scene with T'Challa.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's the one scene, but like,
That's all that matters. That's all I need. The one scene. Ah, loud. Because yeah, that whole like talking about his wife and kid and how he got them out of Sokovia and how he thought they were far enough away and that it was okay. And then it wasn't. And, you know, it took me 2 days to find their bodies. My father's arms still wrapped around my wife and son. And like that's crushing. And yeah, the entire, you know, an empire destroyed from the outside can rebuild when it destroys itself. It's perfect. And then the obviously T'Challa, the vengeance has consumed you. That line is so good.
I'm done with it consuming me.
Yeah. It's consuming them. Done letting it consume me. And then immediately not letting Zemo kill himself, stopping him, and no, the living aren't done with you yet. So good. So good.
I just don't really care for him. But
that's fair, because he's like unimportant until like one line.
Yeah. This movie does pay attention to like the small tidbits really, really well. Like, I'm thinking back to like the clash between Cap and Iron Man in the bunker. When Cap is beating the shit out of Iron Man, like on the ground, he removes Tony's mask because if he doesn't, he'll suffocate.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like Tony thinks he's going for the head. Tony's thinks literally saving him.
Destroys the mask so he can take out the reactor so Tony can't fight anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a fantastic little tidbit like that they pay attention to, and it's a big moment for Cap because it's like, I'm done fighting you, but I'm not gonna kill you over this.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic little tidbit that I love. But this movie is just weird because it I feel like it just wants to get to the fights.
I think that's one of the things, though. Yes, it does want to get to the fights. The little moments like that, I think, the little moments like that and the little connecting pieces between movies are what the Russos are very good at most of the time. As long as we stop talking about Sharon Carter. That's the only one they're not good at. Which
It's
I also wonder
so
if that was just a Disney thing, them deciding they didn't want to do that,
maybe.
telling them they weren't
I
allowed
also
to.
it's so weird watching this movie because when you look at it with 2020 vision, when you look at it from like where we are sitting at with the MCU right now, this is probably the most important film to the MCU. The Avengers have never gotten back together fully. They fought together, but there was no official like Avengers like reuniting. And like even now, we
Well,
have
there
three
was
Avengers
Endgame.
teams. Well, that wasn't them like officially putting the band back together. It
I
was
mean, they did. They put the original band back together. The issue is, after that, it's not that, like, the reason there's multiple teams is because most of the original Avengers are dead.
I'm saying it's more of a they they, they put the original six back together after well they're dead. But besides that, it's never been like we have an official Avengers team because like back then you could tell who the roster was.
Yeah,
After this movie, there was no roster.
that's fair.
It was like
And then
breaking up.
I guess
Even
even
now,
after Endgame, there was no roster.
yeah, there was no Avengers team. We get now we have a cat. We have a cat team. We have
A Bucky team, let's
maybe
be honest.
a Thunderbolts team. Yeah, and
I was
then
gonna
we
say
have
it's
the
Bucky's team. I know Yelena's the like more prominent character, but she like they make it very obvious that that team defaults to like Bucky's leadership because he's done this before,
yeah.
which is a really interesting thing to do. But like I get it.
And
Yelena's
then
barely
we
ever
might
worked with another person, let alone in a team.
fair. We might have a Young Avengers team possibly. I have no
And
idea
then
what
there's
they're gonna do
Team
with that.
Loki.
There's Team Loki. There's Team Wakanda. Like they're all
Well,
like
which
spread
all
out. There's
kind
no
of makes
official roster.
sense. The issue is if the Thunderbolts would have just been named correctly and not tried to be the new Avengers, we wouldn't be talking about how there's no confusion because there would still be an Avengers team.
But we still wouldn't have a roster. Like
We do
Cap
though.
has Cap hasn't put together a team
Well, he
officially
has.
in the movies.
Yeah, we
We
haven't
haven't.
seen it yet, but
If you aren't a fucking loser like us who keep up with the leaks and the press conferences, you don't know what the fucking team is, and it all
fair.
stems from this movie.
Ugh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Though I also still don't know what is the current consensus of teams.
There is no consensus teams. I think it's the Thunderbolts.
No, so it's Sam's team at least currently. Oh right, because the one leak was that it wasn't going to be Team Loki. Loki was going to
Loki's
be
gonna
on
be
the
part of
Avengers, yeah,
Yeah,
with Falcon, Shang-Chi, Loki, Ant-Man, and Thor.
because there's no women in the roster. I remember
Right.
just talking about that. And
And
that's the
then
leak or the press conference or whatever it was. I don't remember.
yeah, it was a leak from a press conference. Because then there were the X-Men, and then there was obviously the Thunderbolts, and then the Fantastic Four. But I'm beginning to not believe that those are the correct teams, at least entirely.
Because we saw Ben Grimm work out with King Mubaka.
Yeah,
Mbaka.
yeah,
Love that. First of all, awesome choice for King.
yeah.
Fucking love that. I love Winston Duke's Mbaka. I can't remember how to say it. Hopefully, I don't watch Wakanda Forever
Maybe.
or Infinity
And then
War.
I don't know.
Oh.
Doom's still gonna have a team, I guess. Is Deadpool gonna show up with a team? Is Deadpool gonna show up? I don't know what's going on there.
Apparently, Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds is focusing on making another Deadpool movie. So
Ugh. Well, hey, I mean that's an excuse for him to be in the suit and on a set somewhere. So
fair.
they
Anyways,
did confirm that Channing Tatum was one of the chairs, right?
Yeah.
Good. Mostly because
Yes, Gambit's gonna die.
I hate that I'm the one saying that as the biggest Gambit lover. I don't want to see it. I don't want to continue to see Channing Tatum's Gambit.
With that Scarlet Witch thing in development, it really has me thinking they're gonna house him.
That would be awesome.
And the way they start the mutants basically in the MCU
And they
is
can have Vision be why Wanda comes back to the good side. And that's going to be crushing.
well, Vision Quest doesn't come out until after
Right.
Doomsday.
That doesn't matter.
Because
The timing of when things are released doesn't matter. And does Vision Quest come out after Doomsday?
It's not coming out anytime soon. I think that it's still in development. Like
Vision Quest.
Wonder Man's coming out. That's another Scarlet Witch love interest.
Vision Quest is expected to release in December of 2026. It's the same time.
God damn it. All right.
So
that'll be interesting. God, we're gonna be busy December.
It can connect.
Our December's gonna be hellish.
Yeah. We got to get real caught up because the only thing we're going to be able to do for December is new releases. We're going to have to make sure the rest of December is done.
Yeah.
And maybe January. That way we don't have to try so hard in December. But yeah, Vision Quest is this year, which is intriguing. I do wonder what they're going to do with that. Because at this point, White Vision is just Vision. Like, he has all of Vision's memories when he flies off.
Correct.
So, like...
I think there was a leak that came out for it. I don't remember what it was. I think there's at least a synopsis leaked.
That'd be cool.
I don't know why I was going to say Ship of Theseus, but that's...
Well, I mean, that was in WandaVision.
Yeah. At least I'm on the right property.
Yes. Does IMDb have any of it? Probably not. Interesting.
Nothing?
Not really, no.
Well, like they just dropped the Wonder Man trailer like a week or two ago.
Oh, did they actually drop a trailer?
Yeah.
Their marketing for that has been atrociously bad.
I don't think they know how to market their Disney Plus shows after because they were all like pushed out as limited series, and then everyone was like, "Well, some of these don't need to be limited series, like Moon Knight. Like, want to see more of this character."
And they set up Moon Knight to be more. Now it's tough because you have to recast him, but
yeah. But overall, what do you think about Civil War? What'd you give it?
I gave Civil War. I kept it as a 3 out of 5. I don't think I think it's an above average movie, and it is ranked above quite a few movies that have higher rankings in my list, because I do enjoy watching it. The fight scenes are pretty good. I like the character moments because they're all really good. As you said, like during the fights, the individual character moments that you get are incredible. Like, I'd rather watch it than a lot of other MCU movies, but like, if we're just talking about like how good is it, it's fine. It is, I think, by far the worst of... I know it's a Captain America movie, but it's like the worst Avengers movie by far.
Yes.
I know in my list it's like slightly under the Avengers, but that's just because there's not anything that can go in between them yet.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I mean, you can go look at my list. It's done. So
I mean, okay. I think back when we fucking filmed that whatever we fucking called it, briefing, whatever we called it. I think I thought this was gonna still stick around like the bottom of my list, It's a 3 out of 5. It's 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
We had exact same rating. It's on the bottom half of the current MCU. I think it will level out to being like basically in the middle. This is very middle MCU. Like there's like it's above Iron Man 2. Like and it's that's a gut check call. Like which one I would rather watch.
Yep.
That's basically it. And then like it's right below Ant-Man. I was like I prefer to watch Ant-Man any day over this, but it's that's
My
basically it.
Ant-Man's just higher than yours because Ant-Man's number 7 for me. So
That's currently just based off rating, and it eventually will go up
I was gonna say,
probably.
yeah.
Like
In my list, it's above, like, Iron Man 2 I have rated higher. Black Widow I have rated higher. Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man. That's fine. Hey, man.
our retention's not that bad.
I don't know. I mean, we're an hour and 5 minutes in. Most things' retention is that bad. If you made it here and
Right.
you get the slight spoiler that I would rather watch Civil War than Black Widow, then cool. But that I also think Black Widow's a better movie, like, good for you. You caught a spoiler. I don't know. I like character moments, and this has a lot of, like, my favorite ones in the MCU, so that boosts it. That's it.
It's fine. Movie's ugly.
Ooh. They should re-edit it to make it not so ugly.
Dude, one of the only times I'd be okay with them fixing a fucking movie post after it comes out. Because it's
right,
just
like give us a 10-year anniversary edition this year where it's just like in color. That's how you should release it too. Captain America: Civil War now in color.
But yeah, it's a solid film. I think again, like when we debrief at the end of this whole shebang, when we get done with all the fucking TV series, it will probably be close to the higher end of the things. I think after Endgame, there is a step down in like production and not like quality, but like production is just a lot like
I don't know,
less cared about, I guess.
There's a lot of things post Endgame that I really enjoy. I think there's going to be
a lot of them.
Like if I'm just looking at my list, which is what I'm going to use in our debriefing for like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the end of it, a lot of my like top 10 is going to be post Endgame stuff.
I think there's a lot of things that will slip in there. I think a lot of it will still like will be like towards the middle. I don't think a lot of the post do like a Winter Soldier or a Thunderbolts as we talked about previously.
Right, that's fair.
Where it's like it.
I don't think my top 4 is changing. Probably.
Like I said, like I think we talked about it in the Thunderbolts review. That movie was genuinely like baffling how it escaped its own like demise.
Yeah.
But yeah, next week we get to talk about Black Widow because it's timeline. We're talking about the timeline, not the chronologically release. And honestly, it might be better that way. For the most part. But until then, remember to like, subscribe, do whatever podcast format you prefer. And bye-bye.